Okay, so what we're looking at today is another brief description of how to do metric conversions. And so the whole thing is based off of this table that you see right here on your screen. We've got our prefixes, giga, mega, kilo, unit, deci, centi, milli, micro, nano, pico, with their letters and their powers of 10. So I'm just going to do an example here, and as I do the example, we'll work through what those steps are, and that's going to work for any metric conversion that you can possibly do. So let's say that we start off and we want to change 124 kilograms into how many milligrams it is. So very simply, all we're going to do in this case is we're going to look at those powers of 10. All we're looking at are the exponents on the tens. So we're going to take the prefix on kilo, and this is where it'll be important to look at your units, make sure there's two letters at least. The first letter would be your prefix, and I have a K for kilo. Well, K for kilo, the exponent is 3. What we're going to do is I'm going to subtract the exponent that I'm going to from the exponent I start with. So 3 minus, and now I see mg, and that's the m, not the micro. So I'm going to rewrite that so it looks maybe a little bit more like a normal m. Hopefully that helps a little bit. So milli, I find on my chart, and is -3. So 3 minus -3. Well, what does that equal? Well, subtracting a negative is adding a positive. So 3 plus 3 is 6. Great. What does that mean? The number I get here is the number of decimal places to move the decimal. If that number is positive, the decimal point goes right. If that number is negative, the decimal point goes left that number of places. So what we end up with here, we said we have 6 places to move it. So the decimal point is at the end of the 4. So our value is going to be 1, 2, 4, and I need to add 6 zeros. That's my value. So 124 kilograms is 124 million milligrams. Pretty simple. Let's try another one here. Let's see if I can do another example. Let's get rid of that, what I just have here. Okay, I'm going to slide my screen up a little bit. And let's change over to blue. Let's try a smaller unit to a bigger unit, because it always works no matter what. So let's say we have 12.3 picometers. There's 2 numbers there, 2 letters. And I want to figure out how many centimeters that is. So what do we look at? We look at the exponents. Pico is -12 minus centi, which was -2. -12 plus 2 is -10. Move the decimal point 10 places to the left for the negative sign. So if we go 2 places, would put us in front of the 2. I need 8 more decimal places, so that'd be 8 zeros. 1, 2, 3. Okay, that's your answer. So you're just subtracting those exponents, and that tells you exactly how many decimal points to move the decimal, left or right. That's your conversion.